All right, great. Hey everyone, thanks a lot for joining us today. We're going to take a look at the psychology of great PPC ad copywriting. This is very important whether you're a small business or a large business, because every time with PPC, anytime somebody goes and clicks on your ad, you pay Google or you pay Bing. You also pay Facebook, but right now we're going to be looking more at AdWords. So it's very important to understand the psychology of your user and also how to go ahead and write great PPC ads that drive qualified leads and get found to make you more money. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So the first one, some elements of PPC success. There's really three components that come into it. There's whether your ad is displayed, which usually comes through keywords and the auction system. Then if your ad gets clicked on, which is relevancy. So even if your ad shows up and nobody clicks on it, you'll never have that chance to drive them to a qualified landing page. And that leads us into the third component of a successful ad, is a great landing page to convert. So there's really three parts: whether you get found, whether your ad gets clicked or engagement, and then whether people buy from you, and that comes down to the landing page. So what goes into successful PPC? The first one is compelling copy, compelling creative. If people don't like what they're reading, then they don't want to take action. Second part there is a quality score. This is an aggregate score that Google and Bing use to understand how good your ad is compared to whoever is looking. And this is, again, goes into the overall quality of your ad and how much you pay per click. The lower the quality score, the less likely the ad is going to show, and the more money you're going to pay Google. So we always want to keep that quality score high, because Google likes that, and so does your bank account. And then ad group and relevancy. That everything with PPC advertising is keeping it tight and keeping stuff relevant. The best way that you can structure your ad group and relevancy is structuring your PPC campaign just like you would your website. So just mirror your website if you're just starting out with specific categories like shoes, and then drop down into boots or summer or different types like suede, or however you have your website structured is a good place to start for your ad groups to keep your relevancy. Then the fourth one there are keywords. This is really the bread and butter of PPC advertising. Anytime somebody goes to Google, they ask a question with search terms, and within those search terms there's keywords. And we always want to match those keywords with the products that we're trying to drive. We'll go into that more in just a little bit, but it's also very important to use the keywords not only in the keyword structure of your campaign, but also use those keywords throughout your ads and also on your landing page, because again, there's those three components that help your ads to get seen, help your ads to get engagement, and then also those ads lead to qualified traffic going to landing pages. So use keywords in your ads to get found, use them in your ads to get clicks, use them on your landing page, and all of this will help you improve your quality score. Then again, we're looking at landing pages. We're not going to go too much into it today, but I just wanted to really dive in. The landing page is what makes you money. The ads are what drive people to the landing page, but it's the landing page's job to make you money. So PPC ad fundamentals. Powerful PPC ad copy considers. Again, three parts that great ads consider: the who, what, why. Who's your audience? Are they males who just got divorced? And if you're a divorce attorney, you really want to stout your stuff as being an all-male divorce attorney, then your ads need to show that. Specific people. Who's your ad for? Again, men getting a divorce. That's pretty specific. And what's their needs? Well, if you're a divorce attorney for men, their needs are not to get screwed through the divorce. So you need to think about, what does your audience need? They probably need to be comforted, and also value comes through saving time and saving money. If you're a divorce attorney, you're going to save them time because they won't have to deal with the crap, and then also you're going to save them money because they're not going to get taken for a ride. And then, what does your audience want to learn? Well, if you're a divorce attorney, your audience, the males who are going through divorces, probably want to learn how you could save them time and how you could save them money and how you could comfort them. Again, that's just one example, but you also want to look at that. Why do they care? That's pretty evident. What action should they do? They should call you so that they can end this terrible time in their life, and that Depending on where they're at, they could save money or time. And what's the benefits? Again, saving money and time. So if you're a divorce attorney, there you go. PPC ad copy basics, tips to writing great PPC ad copy. Again, who's your audience? You solve problems. Make sure that you show that in the ads because that's what people click on. Use specific terms and information that your audience would know. This would help them understand that you know what you're talking about and you're the right choice for them. So instead of just talking about an engine, you could say V6, 300 and 600 horsepower or whatever. Obviously, I'm not a car guy. And then also think about your audience. If you're a hotel, then your objective is to offer the best rates and maybe free breakfast or something, because those people want a nice place to stay and they don't want to, rip out their bank account if that's what they're going for. Ads and campaigns. Think about your PPC ad keywords. Make sure that you optimize those based around who your audience is, what they're looking for, and what their objectives are. And then also fill out all the elements of an ad. This is kind of a pro tip that I've left out of the slides. But one thing that I've noticed, especially with Google, is that you want to fill out everything in your PPC ad. Headline 1, headline 2, path 1, path 2, and description. Make sure that you switch them up and include any keywords in all of those. And specifically with paths. So if we're doing divorce attorney, I always would like to do my geolocation like Orlando, and then the next one, divorce-attorney. So that would really help Google understand what you do and where you are. So that's just kind of a pro tip that you could play around with in your company too. And then use unique copy per ad group. You never want to double it up because, again, each ad group is kind of like how your website is structured, so you would never put the same content in one category on your website as you would another. So we don't want to get lazy, and we want to make sure that we're making unique content because every ad group should be tailored to a specific need of your audience. Using emotional triggers. Everything that it comes down to, you want to sell something. And since you're paying Google for every click, you want to make sure that every click will lead to a purchase. So you could use emotional triggers to help drive engagement. So how do you do that? Well, identify your customer. Again, have a very good understanding about who your customer is, what they want, what they're looking for. And then use emotional triggers for that. This isn't anything that's like we're trying to trick people. We're actually trying to give them a solution to their problems. And this is a great way to do that. So what do they love? What do they hate? Who's their best friend? Who's their worst enemy? If you're a divorce attorney, for men, their worst enemy is probably their wife, soon to be ex-wife. And what do they hate? They probably don't like that person too much. Who's their best friend? You could be that friend. And what do they love? They probably love not having to worry about this crap in their life. So go ahead and finish that up for them and make them solve their problems, and you'll make a lot of money doing that. And then also start with their why. Understand why they're looking for your products and services. It kind of goes beyond what the problems are because there's other solutions out there. So really think about what differentiates you and use that in that ad and intertwine those keywords. And then use urgency because, again, you're paying Google for every time somebody clicks on your ad. You don't want them to be willy-nilly about it. You paying Google $5 or $10 a click going to your website and not converting. So every line across that whole engagement and that whole customer journey needs to have urgency so people take action and give you their money. Then include keywords in PPC ads. Again, we already talked about this. The headlines, the paths, the description, make sure that you intertwine those keywords because that's going to improve your quality score. And then also play to those emotional needs and expectations. You really want to build that relationship so that by the time somebody clicks on that ad, they already trust you enough to go ahead and buy from you. And that comes in a lot to the landing pages, which we'll talk about later. But for right now, we just want to look at the PPC ads in particular. So how do you alleviate risks and fears? You always want to make your customers feel safe. Use social proof. You could do this on your landing pages to help your customers feel better with things such as testimonials or special offers or as seen on, money back guarantee, quick and easy. You can also use those kind of terms in your PPC ads so that it really drives that engagement and already build that relationship and trust. So just remember, guys, that as you go and build out your PPC campaigns, it's really more than just the ads. You got to look at the keywords and then always think about that three-pillar approach between getting found, getting engagement, and then making sales. The landing page is where you make the sales, the engagement is where you come from the ads, and how you get found is with your quality score. So thanks a lot for your time today. If you have any questions, go ahead and email me, cg@strategybeam.com. Again, that's cg@strategybeam.com. And go ahead and leave a like, comment, and subscribe below. If you enjoyed this video, you can leave a dislike. If you did not like it, that's fine too. I'll also go ahead and leave a bunch of links down below that you can continue your research here. But again, guys, until next time, we look forward to seeing you. Thanks a lot.